Voting a wrap-up today ahead of tomorrow's special election. And one of the races that voters will keep an eye on is that Senate District 26 seat.
Voters will choose who fills the seat, which was left vacant after the late Garry Stubblefield's passing last year. Independent candidate Adam Watson and Republican candidate Brad Simon are both running for the open Senate seat. As a small business owner, Simon says that he is no stranger to taxes and regulations. That's why he says tax regulation would be his core focus when taking office.
Make sure that we can get that state income tax down to zero and start looking at other ways to cut taxes.
Adam Watson has his eyes set out on other issues, including pushing for more transparency in the Arkansas legislature.
I'm interested in tackling, FOIA expansion and direct democracy expansion, things that are just good governance matters that are good for the people.
When it comes to the proposed Franklin County prison, both candidates say that it is not the right fit. They say that they're concerned about environmental impacts, water access, and overcrowding at the facility. Well, we will have special election coverage throughout election night over on 5 News Plus. You can download it for free and watch on your smart TV devices. Well, the Pentagon says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff will publicly address the U.S. and Israel's joint strikes on Iran today.
Yeah, this comes as fighting escalates between Israel, Lebanon-based Hezbollah militants. The U.S. and Israel launched the strikes over the weekend, killing Iran's supreme leader. Iran and its proxies have struck back with missiles and drones aimed at Israel and American military interests in the region.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved.
Well, Sunday, the president said the strikes are necessary to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. He also vowed to avenge the deaths of at least 3 American service members killed in retaliatory strikes. Iran's top security officials say a committee will run the country. He also pushed back on reports that nuclear talks would resume, posting on social media, "We will not negotiate with the United States." Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton appeared on Face the Nation, laying out the priorities of the U.S.'s military actions there in Iran, now that their supreme leader is gone.
We're going to continue to hit their military capabilities, and we're going to continue to hit their senior leadership, the Ayatollahs who have also been complicit in 47 years of heinous crimes, not only against Americans, but against their own people. Again, there's no simple answer for what's going to come next. But as President Trump promised last month when the Iranian people were rising up against their own regime, help is on the way, help has arrived.
The Democratic Party of Arkansas Chair Ken Martin releasing a statement on X responding to the strike, saying our nation deserves better than a government that shoots first and asks questions later. Democrats are demanding answers on behalf of the American people who have made clear they do not support Trump's war.
Well, in Oklahoma, Senator Markwayne Mullin posted on X saying, quote, "May God bless and protect our men and women in uniform, the greatest peacemaking force in the history of the world. Americans are praying for your safety in this mission," end quote. Well, Iranians here in Arkansas are reacting to the reported death of Iran's supreme leader. Eshan Samani is an immigrant who has been in Northwest Arkansas for about 7 years. He's calling Saturday's attack the biggest news of the century in Iran and is now hoping for a regime change.
Removing this regime from Iran not only is the best thing for Iranian people, but also is, I would say, one of the most important things that is essential for the whole world security.
Meanwhile, others around the U.S. are protesting the use of military force with Stop the War rallies planned in multiple cities today. This comes after demonstrations from coast to coast and cities in between over the weekend.
Well, the FBI is investigating a possible terror attack in Austin, Texas over the weekend. A gunman killed 2 people and then police shot and killed the suspect. Later, officials searched his home, finding an Iranian flag and pictures of Iranian leaders. Jason Allen has more.
Video shows people taking cover inside a bar as a gunman fired shots toward them from the window of an SUV. Then, police said he parked and got out with a rifle and started firing again. Within less than a minute, 3 police officers patrolling the busy entertainment district shot and killed the gunman. Paramedics immediately started trying to save the lives of the 19 people shot. 2 of them died. 3 more were in critical condition. Sources identified the shooter to CBS News as Ndiaga Diagne, a naturalized U.S. citizen originally from Senegal.
There were indicators that on the subject and in his vehicle that indicate potential nexus to terrorism.
The gunman was wearing a sweatshirt that said "Property of Allah" and had a Quran in his vehicle. Investigators searching his home north of Austin found an Iranian flag and pictures of Iranian leaders, according to officials close to the investigation.
This is what keeps the intelligence community up at night. Not people directly associated with terrorist groups, but people who become inspired because of things that are happening in the world.
Jason Allen, CBS News in Austin, Texas.
Well, the trial of a Bella Vista woman accused of practicing medicine without a license is set to begin this week. Alicia Flanagan, arrested back in April of 2024. A court document says the Arkansas State Board of Nursing learned that she had been fraudulently using the credentials of Alicia Pierce, a nurse from Virginia. Flanagan worked at Springdale Health under Pierce's credentials back in 2022. She's now facing charges of identity fraud and unlawful practice. Flanagan has pleaded not guilty. Her trial is set to start on Wednesday.